Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. I didn't come across any news articles over the past week regarding Hudson County real estate. However, a link down below will be the market snapshot going over the inventory levels currently in the market, as well as the absorption rates and the year-to-date closes for closed sales and sales for last year. So that'll be linked down below. It updates every week. You could download it on YouTube as a PDF. Looking at the market over the past week, there have been 87 properties that have gone under contract, meaning they have offers that are accepted on them. Last week it was 55, so we are up as we're moving into January of 2026. These properties had an average list price of $950,000 and a median list price of $768,000. Last week, the average was $723,000 and the median $687,000. So sales volume up as well as average prices. Days on market, 52 days on average. That means the time it came on the market to the time that an offer was accepted and the contract was executed. So that 52-day period, median days was 28. Last week, the average was 86 and the median was 77 days. So time on the market has come down a little bit. Looking through some of the closed sales that took place over the past week in Hoboken at the Upper Grand. This is a 1300 Grand Street, unit 406, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,100 square foot unit with parking for one car. List price was $1,100,000. It sold $100,000 over asking for $1,200,000 on the market 5 days. Looks like it was a cash purchase. So Upper Grand made up of 3 buildings. You have 1100 Adams Street, 1,200 Grand, and 1,300 Grand. They were built around 2004, 2005 timeframe, and they're located in the northwest corner of Hoboken. This is in 1,300 Grand Street building. It's an elevator building. They have an on-site fitness center as well as a parking garage on the first floor. There's also like a residence lounge area. The building does not have a concierge. I believe they do have a virtual doorman now. Building's not far from the light rail over on Jackson Street, as well as you're not that far from the ferry on 14th Street in Hoboken. So this 2-bedroom, 2-bath has sold over at the Upper Grand for $1,200,000. Over in Hoboken at the waterfront area, 1100 Maxwell Lane, unit 531. This is Maxwell Place Phase 3, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,208 square feet with parking for one car. List price was $1,450,000. It sold a little under asking for $1,425,000 on the market 27 days. So this building was built around 2012 by Toll Brothers. This is a western facing 2-bedroom. So it looks west towards Hudson Street. And it's an open floor plan, meaning you have living room, dining room, kitchen in the middle, and you have 1 bedroom on the right side and 1 bedroom on the left side. It's a very popular layout in this building. Maxwell Place has a 24-hour concierge doorman, as well as shuttle to and from Hoboken Pat Station during peak morning and peak evening rush hour. High level of amenities in the complex, 2 outdoor pools, multiple fitness centers. You have a residence lounge, children's play area, and also, as I mentioned, parking on site in this building. And this 2-bedroom has sold over at Maxwell Place, 1100 Maxwell Lane, unit 531, for $1,425,000. In downtown Jersey City at the Sugar House, a very popular building in the Paul's Hook section of downtown Jersey City, 174 Washington Street, unit 4G. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,750 square foot unit, south facing towards Liberty State Park. This listed for $2,150,000 and it's sold for $2,150,000 on the market 21 days. Also came with parking for one car. Sugar House, former sugar factory, converted into condominiums around 2001, 2002 timeframe. And this was a corner unit. So this was on the southeast corner of the building, looking south towards Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. Building has a 24-hour concierge doorman as well as on-site fitness center. And there is garage parking under the building. You're located very close to the ferry to New York, the light rail, as well as Exchange Place Path Station. And this 2-bedroom at the Sugar House has sold for $2,150,000 on the market 3 weeks. Not far from the Sugar House is 187 Warren Street, otherwise known as Liberty Point. This was a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,183 square foot unit with parking for 1 car. List price was $1,080,000, and it sold for full price $1,080,000 on the market 17 days. Building was built around 2005 by Metro Homes. They're a developer in the Hudson County area. Building, it's an elevator building. They have an on-site fitness center as well as a common courtyard area. And you're in the Paul's Hook section of downtown Jersey City. As I mentioned, not far from Sugar House, also not far from the ferry to New York, as well as Exchange Place Path. And here you can see on the map, here's the building. You have the ferry here on Morse, as well as here on the waterfront. So very convenient to get to Manhattan. And this is sold, this 2-bedroom, 2-bath with parking, for $1,080,000 over at 187 Warren Street. Moving a little further north into Weehawken over at Riva Point. This is 600 Harbor Boulevard, Unit 1005, 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, duplex, 1,551 square feet. This listed for $999. It sold a little under asking for $980,000 on the market 43 days. Riva Point is a pier building. It's built on top of the Hudson River in the Lincoln Harbor section of Weehawken, right across from the UBS Financial Building. The ferry to New York is right next to the building. The bus to New York is directly across the street, and you're also not far from the light rail and very close to the Lincoln Tunnel. This was built starting around 1992 and finishing around 2005. It was a multi-phase project. This 3-bedroom is on the north side of the building, so it's facing north towards Weehawken and West New York area. In the community, you have in the Lincoln Harbor community, it's gone through a lot of development in the past 5-6 years. They built a Whole Foods there. They have several other exclusive rental buildings that came up in the past 2-3 years there. And you also have you're very close to Hoboken, so you're not that far from Hoboken. And here's Riva Point, as I mentioned, it is a pier on top of the Hudson. And the ferry to New York is right here, goes right to New York. And this 3-bedroom is sold for $980,000 at Riva Point, 43 days on the market. A little further north in Bulls Ferry, Jacobs Ferry of West New York, 372 Kingston Court. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath duplex, 1,228 square feet. List price was $868,000. It sold over asking for $903,780. So more than likely they received multiple offers on this. On the market 32 days. This is your entry-level 2-bedroom layout in the community. Bulls Ferry and Jacobs Ferry has around 10 or so different layouts. This is a split-level 2-bedroom. So when you walk in, you have living room, dining room, kitchen. And here's the living room. You can go up the stairs to the kitchen area and 2 bedrooms, or down the stairs to a den, as well as the garage access. So it's a very popular layout. And in the community, you have a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and 5-bedroom layouts, various different sizes. The complex was built between 1992 to around 2000. They have 2 outdoor pools, children's play area. The shuttle to the Port Imperial Ferry Terminal passes through the community. It is free. It runs with the ferry schedule, so you can take that over to the Port Imperial Ferry Terminal in Weehawken. You can also grab the light rail from that location as well. And the bus is right across the street to New York on River Road. So very convenient community to get to New York. And this 2-bedroom is sold over at Bulls Ferry, Jacobs Ferry for $903,780. Not too far from Bulls Ferry, you have Grandview number 1, 22 Ave at Port Imperial, unit 417. This was a 2-bed, 2.5-bath duplex. List price $988,000. It sold slightly under asking for $968,000. On the market 56 days. Also came with parking for 1 car. This was developed by K. Avnanian around 2004. They also developed Bulls Ferry and Jacobs Ferry, which I just discussed earlier. So same developer, but just different style property. This is a larger scale condominium building. They have 24-hour concierge doorman, outdoor pool, indoor. They have a residence lounge, large fitness center, a game room area, and on-site parking. So this unit looks east through the courtyard of the building. So it does have a New York City view. Looks like this unit has been updated from its original design. And it is a duplex. So you have living room, dining room, kitchen on the main level, and then upstairs are the bedrooms. And you can see here the outdoor pool. This is all common space. So the unit looks east straight through the courtyard of the building. And this 2-bedroom has sold for $968,000 at Grandview number 1. And around the corner from Grandview number 1 is the Hudson Club, 24 Ave at Port Imperial, unit 419. This was a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,146 square foot unit. List price was $788,000. It sold for $767,500 on the market 73 days. Also came with parking for 1 car. Hudson Club, 2 separate buildings. You have 24 and 26 Ave at Port Imperial, located in the Port Imperial section of West New York, very close to Grandview 1, Grandview 2, Bulls Ferry and Jacobs Ferry, as well as 9 on the Hudson. So you have many condominium buildings in this community, and this is one of them. Building was built in the early 2000s. It was originally a rental building that converted to condominium around 2004. And it's made up of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom layouts. Looks like this unit overlooks building, either the courtyard of the building, or it looks like it overlooks the courtyard. Building has 24-hour concierge doorman. They also have you also have access to a separate building, which is like half a block away from this building, which is where the amenities are housed. And that building has an indoor basketball court, large fitness center, residence lounge, children's play area. There's also an outdoor pool that you have access to as well. And this has sold over at the Hudson Club for $767,500, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,146 square feet, on the market 73 days. All of the buildings I discussed will be linked down below on YouTube. You can check out other units that may be available for sale, for rent, or that have recently sold. If you have any questions about the Hudson County real estate market, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. These videos come out every Monday. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.